Hey family, I wanted to get on here today and talk about what led me up to making the decision to up and leave just randomly within hours of when Spirit um, gave me the green light to go. I was actually living in a situation where I was living my own life, taking care of my kids. To me, it looked like a a relationship where I had my own life and he had his, and we were co-parented the best way we could. But when I decided to jump timelines, I realized that a lot of the veils that were there and the illusion that were there, they was being lifted, and things was being put to the pushed to the forefront for us to address, and for me to address, because I knew that I had to make changes, and I wanted the things that I wanted to call into my life. They couldn't happen unless I ended the cycle with my ex. So what I did was, once the veil was lifted, I decided to cut all ties, and it started with closing the business down, selling my home, and staying in I was already living in an apartment anyway, prior to this, in January. But just sitting there collecting myself to, okay, I'm gonna get a suite, and I'm gonna to find a different location and start the business that way. Well, Spirit said no. They saw something bigger and better for me. So as I was healing and going through the motions, I started seeing moving trucks. And then I was getting dreams, and then I would sit with myself and have my prayer session with myself and meditation, and there were things that came up in the meditation to let me know to get ready. And they was telling me to, now I was living in Texas for 12 years, and was married to my ex for 21 years. So I had a storage that was had 21 years worth of stuff in it, that was very organized, but needed to be gone through and taken everything out and thrown away. So during this transition moment, I was led to start cleaning that out, keeping what I wanted and letting go of the things and donating what I didn't want. And in return, I also, and in addition to that, I did the same to the house and did the same thing to my apartment. So as I was doing these things, I didn't know that God was getting me ready. Most High was getting me ready. Source was getting me ready, to make this big move. So once I finished this, I was led to. I knew by this time that I was moving to where I didn't know. But then I started seeing the signs, and I would see, I would get signs about Georgia. Stuff would pop up about Georgia. I would actually see cars with Georgia tags on it. So I'm like, "Girl, what are you doing? I don't want to move back to Georgia. I'm from there." So I just I never wanted to move back. So I got a dream, that I was going to move to Atlanta, and they told me that Atlanta was it, and then all the other details would come as I go. So once that happened, I still didn't think anything of it. Well, on the morning of 9/11, I was told to go get a truck and move. I did. I was obedient. I did my meditation. It came through. And I said, you know what? If it's meant to be, I just went to the water and did my prayer thing, because I had a little thing I did every morning. I would go cleanse myself, go pray by the water, go meditate, and I would sit there and listen for the guidance. And when the guidance came through, I did exactly what they told me to do. I moved by the 12th, made it down here to Georgia by the 12th. Now, mind you, I had no place, nothing. This is when you walk by faith, not by sight. When you trust God, the universe, Most High, enough to know that the guidance that you're receiving is the path that they want you on. I packed that truck, took my three kids, uh, saw my oldest two kids, let them know I was leaving, loved on them, and we hit the road. I didn't look back. I told no one. Now, it's not that I didn't want to tell anyone. I was guided to not tell anyone from God. And sometimes we have to learn to be obedient, because there are forces that can stop your move. A lot of people want to be, well, they scared, they in fear. I need this help, I need that help. No, you got all the help you need. When I tell you I had miracles that happened to me all the way here, I'm going to have to really go in detail about the miracles. And I knew then it was guided. And it was meant to be. Because once I got here, everything fell into place. From the time I dropped the pulley off that I had my car on, the man I met at the U-Haul place, shout out to him, because he gave me the next key I needed. So I went from coming all the way down here, and everybody was trying to tell me, even when I picked up, let me go back. When I picked up U-Haul in Texas, everybody was telling me, "Oh man, it's gonna be bad weather. You shouldn't be driving this late. You know, have you looked at the news?" No. I trust God in this. And when I tell you it was sunny all the way, it was sunny all the way. Once I got there, I went to one U-Haul place that was real nasty. And it was a test, because I had lived in a timeline where I allowed people to mistreat me in ways, and I would just brush it off. And I would still give them my money. I made a decision at that moment. I said, you know what, God, I think it's a test. I said, you don't even deserve the money I'm about to give you. It's all right. I called the U-Haul place and said, give me the next location. And she did. And when she did, she sent me to this man. When I tell you, this man was so loving. He gave me a father, not a father type of love, but that loving, that old school loving type personality and energy, where he was like, you come to here, you're gonna drop the let me take the truck off for you. Do you mind if I do it for you? Yeah, he was just helping me in so many ways. And from there, something's don't want me to put this message out, because this video is going real slow, but I am, because I gotta get this out, because people gotta understand that you do not have to have a plan. When God tell you to do something, he has the plan. Source has the plan. You just have to follow it and trust. A lot of people don't feel like they should trust, because they scared of the unknown. We've been taught for so long that you have to have everything, all your ducks in a row. You have to have everything planned out to a T. You don't. I had nothing planned out. And everything fell in place the way it's supposed to have fell in place. And I didn't do a lot of work. A lot of stuff came to me. People came to me. Now let me go back to the man. The man was so loving. He was the key, the next key I need, next part of the move that I needed. He told me the location to go stay. He said, you got these beautiful kids. He said, do you know where you're going to stay? I said, nope. He said, so you just here? I said, yep. So he said, let me give you these places to go stay in. Sure enough, the places he gave me was a great place and great area. Based off of my personality and the energy that I carry, he knew exactly where I needed to go. And when I went over there to those places, there was another person there waiting on me, and they had an extra key for me. And when I got there, I looked in that area. I was happy. I was like, oh my God, this is... So I found a place. I dropped the stuff out, found a storage place, dropped my stuff out to the storage, put my stuff in storage. And then my son, as we was looking for places, my son, kids need to play. So while I had the chance to collect my thoughts and narrow the places down, I took my son to the park. When I got to the park, there was a lady there that was doing the same thing I was doing, but she had been here for 2 weeks, and she had went to a lot of places already. So a lot of places that I was looking at, she gave me the rundown to all the places, and she knew exactly what place I would take. And the place that she gave me was the place I chose. Go to part 2.